What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Zach. This is your mental health check-in with the number one question. How's your mindset? Please be 100% honest with me, because a person's mental health is more important than a lot may realize and a lot may think. And again, there's a lot of people that know a person's mental health is extremely important, but they just don't give a shit. I mean, sure, there's not nicer ways to say it, but I'm just gonna come out with the flat out truth. There's people out there that don't give a shit about how someone's mental health is. Why? Because they're doing good. Their mental health is not bothered. They see somebody else's mental health messed up, but this person over here, their mental health is perfect. And I'm here to tell you this: a person's mental health is extremely, extremely important. No matter what anybody says. And I think it's extremely important for more people to realize just how important that mental health really is. Whenever I first started here on YouTube, with my YouTube channel, back March 5th, 2022, the one thing that crossed my mind was, I've saw so many people and I've heard so many people, have struggled with their mental health. And it made me think, okay, this is something that I could really bring up with my, with here on YouTube, is mental health. And that's why I do this. That's why I do these mental health check-ins. Because a person's mental health is extremely, extremely important. Someone may look different, but just because someone looks different doesn't mean their mental health is different. We all go through something. Maybe it's somebody that, just like myself, that's in a wheelchair. Just because I'm in a wheelchair doesn't mean that my mental health is any different than anybody else's mental health. I mean, yeah, I go through a hell of a lot more than a lot of people do. But that don't mean that my mental health is a lot different. I just go through more, or I have been through more. And I get it 100%. No matter what you go through, some of us go through a ton of things. And more than what some people, or than a lot of people might understand what those situations are. But again, remember, there's always questions that can be asked. Now what questions? Well, it depends on what the situation is. And I mean, the questions are up to you to say, okay, these are the questions that I have. What's this mean? What's that mean? What questions do you have? Um, that's not one thing I can tell you. Say, okay, ask this question, ask that question. This is the answer to this. You know, because obviously I don't have all the answers. I don't have. There's a lot of answers I don't know. But I still try to do what I can to make the most positive impact here on YouTube. Because this is something that I love doing. I love to be able to motivate, inspire, and try to help everybody through everything that you go through or have also been through. Because yes, the past unfortunately can and does sneak up on us all. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And you know what? With that said, yeah, I've got a friend of mine that that he calls me his big brother because I stuck up for him 10 plus years ago and got him to the right person to tell a name to that was bullying him. And he was scared to death. Because this bully was extremely, extremely mean. Saying, you tell anybody you won't be here. And he ran and told me. And now, I got that call the next day. Or got that text the next day that asked if he could call me and said, can I call you? I said, yeah. He said, thank you for saving my life. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie. That yanked at my heartstrings. Because I was able to save that person's life. And for him to call me his big brother, as I call him my little brother. It means a lot. So, what I'm saying to you is this. What you do for someone can mean a hell of a lot to them. More than what you may think it does. It may not be, what you do for someone else could be a big situation for them. But it may be a little situation for you. Maybe it's something that you've already been through. But to them, it's a big deal. For example, let me say it this way. This is something that I've, personally went through far too long. As you heard me talk about, yeah, I want that that relationship, that girlfriend. Um, and by now, everybody's wanting to get married, which so do I. But if someone actually said yes to being my girlfriend right now, my jaw would drop. Just like you just saw, my jaw would my jaw would drop. Because that's something that I've always wanted. Now, I talk about that a lot because, again, to me, that's a big situation. To me, that's a huge, huge situation. To everybody else, it might be a small situation because everybody else has been through it. You know, yeah, there's still a lot, people that haven't been through it, but for me, it would be a huge, situation to be able to be in that position. Um, so mental health is extremely important, and I felt like a lot more people need to realize that. And I feel like a lot of people do realize that, but I feel like a lot more need to realize that as well. But that said, yes, I am making this a working paying job. For the number one reason, and that is because I love to help people through anything and everything that y'all go through or also have been through. Yes, I said been through as well. And this time, I'll go through anything just to help everybody else out. Make sure everybody else is extremely good. Make sure nobody else is, going through the rough times. Because I've been there, and it sucks. But I'll do anything just to make sure somebody else isn't going through the rough times. So again, yes, I am making this a working paying job. For the number one reason. And that is because I love to help people through anything and everything that y'all go through or also been through. So with that said again, I appreciate y'all watching. Keep being you. Keep a smile on your face. And again, if there's anything that you would like to hear, let me know in the comments. And I got you. And I also will subscribe to your YouTube channel as well. If I respond or when I respond to your comments and I see that you have a YouTube channel I haven't subscribed, I will subscribe. Anybody that comments on my YouTube videos and I see that you have a YouTube channel and I see that I have not subscribed, I will subscribe. Keep going. Keep being you. And let nothing or no one ever hold you back. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Keep a positive attitude. And keep being you. I appreciate y'all. Much love. My name is Zach. Let's get it.